Illinois versus UConn in the Final Four. UConn is going to another championship. What is Dan Hurley doing right?
Sixth Final Four for Illinois. We are underway in Indy. UConn controls the tip. Or third weekend of the NCAA tournament.
Amazing what he's been able to do with this program. Nice screen and a look.
Mullins got it to go.
That kid can really shoot.
Great set there, Raph, against the zone. Illinois went to a 2-3.
He had another big shot in this game. I mean, he's having the run of his life this tournament, this past couple weeks. It's going to be a memorable time for him. And I don't know, I think he's a freshman. Like, maybe he has NBA potential. I'm not sure.
Boswell, party caravan here for Illinois.
I mean, when you can shoot the ball, there's a place for you somewhere. He's going to get paid to play basketball if he wants to. Some guys don't want to go overseas and play for that much money, and they would rather just focus on a career here that's going to be more sustainable and have more longevity. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he can play in the NBA. I haven't done the research on him.
Nice little switch together.
This guy, too, Terrace Reed, he's definitely an NBA player.
Reed has been a force in this tournament.
There you go.
Switching hands in the youth.
I mean, the thing is with projection, again, he's that Cam Boozer mold. He's this big guy who works in the post. I don't know how much value that has in the modern day. And, you know, because he kind of clogs up the spacing and stuff. In the NBA, it's a very spacing-based sport. You want to be able to space the floor, attack, force people to cover the three-point line, and it makes it harder to help on the drive. So with him, he doesn't provide that value, and that may limit his NBA value. But he's a great college player.
The window.
And he has, this year, we've seen that counter.
21. Ball had 15 points to lead all scorers for the Huskies.
Double stagger and then another stagger.
Double stagger. Let's see this.
15 points to lead
Double stagger
all
indeed.
scorers for the Huskies.
Double stagger and then
And he's chasing over both.
All scores for the Huskies.
double stagger and then another stagger.
Again, he can't miss.
Is that a top lock? I think that's called a top lock. But I don't know if I like that, to be honest with you. I think you go under the first over the second if you're, because look.
Again, he can't miss. To lead all scores, 15 points.
I mean, theoretically, if you go under the first, he could just space to the corner. It could function as a flare. It's tough to cover that. You could high-low it. I mean, that's traditionally what I do against down screens. Staggers are tough to cover.
All scores.
But you know, high-lowing this and just having the guy kind of jam that and allow him to recover, that allows for the slip. But if you got three guys guarding three guys, you can figure it out. Can't be that complicated, right? Like one of you guys get over the top, disrupt his rhythm on this curl, on the straight cut. Right, this is a straight cut, so disrupt that. Don't let him just get off clean because you want to be over the top, high-lowing that. And then one guy take whoever's going to slip to the paint, and one guy take the guy that's left. Or just continue to chase over the top, and as soon as his rhythm's disrupted, you can continue to chase. You can go back to your man.
For the Huskies.
Double stagger and then another stagger.
Again.
But just top locking and running over the top of that, I don't know, man. Especially against a lethal shooter, you give up that much space, he might kill you.
He can't miss. Ball fake, driving it, and he's denied by Mirkovic.
And numbers here, he's down.
Up the floor, Stojakovic to Mirkovic. Off balance delivery. He kisses it through. Two-man game.
By the way, Brandon Lee is over here somewhere. There he is. That's my guy. I coached him in high school. Shout out B. Lee.
The ball. Caravan look for the open man. A jumper doesn't go for Demery. And look at Reed. Dominate the interior. A chance for an old-fashioned three.
The big guys going at it on both ends.
Demery swinging. Mullins lets it fly. Oh, he banks it again. Wow. Braylon Mullins with...
You know what? I just had one of these in pickup, man.
7 to shoot. Demery swinging. Mullins lets it fly. Oh,
Those feel so good. Let me tell you something, bro. Those bank shots from the middle to the top of the key, they feel so good, and then they bank. I don't know what it is. I bet you if you ask him, he'll tell you that. That probably felt good as fuck. It probably felt like it was about to swish, and then you banked it.
banks it again. Wow. Braylon Mullins with some hometown cooking.
That's the only junior college that Brad didn't work at.
Well, we might have to check the resume. 39-31 UConn. And the jumper is silky smooth for Demery. Wagler. He'll take it in. Floats it. And gets the roll.
He gets what he wants.
Illinois searching for rhythm. Mirkovic. Bingo.
Bad match.
Miscommunication defensively.
And Mullins with the board. Gets it ahead. Demery, the transfer from Georgia, over to Ball. He's got it. A three.
What a find on that cross-court pass.
Feed the post.
Likes the little hook.
Tomislav turns and scores.
That's tough. UConn is such a well-coached team, man. Hurley is a fucking beast. Good Lord.
Likes the little hook.
I mean,
Feed the post.
Likes the
I'm sure that guy's not a shooter. That's why he's doubling down in the post.
little hook.
So they have all this stuff
Tomislav turns.
preconceived and premeditated. And that's, you know, I'm not saying that you have to, like, script everything and be like, oh, when he goes to the left block, you do this, and you got to come over here and you rotate and do. I'm not saying that, but, like, some things, when you have certain strategic inputs that show on the court and you have your kids executing, it just shows that you have foresight and the ability to get your guys to run shit, which is complicated on a couple fronts. It's not as, look at the NBA, right? Guys don't run stuff that much, to be honest with you. If you look at the defenses played in the NBA, a lot of it is just, go guard someone. And, there might be some stuff on screen coverage, you know, certain things that you do, but a lot of the times players are playing common sense defense, and you got to adapt to personnel a lot more in the NBA. But on a couple fronts, it's hard to get guys to execute. The respect factor, right? You have to have the respect of your players to trust you to the point where they're not going to make their own decisions. They're gonna blindly trust the coach at some point, even if they don't understand why that is. And so that's important, honestly. If they trust you to that level where they're just going to blindly do something and follow orders, that's going to make things run a lot more smoothly. So Hurley's got that clearly because of his history and probably also his personality. Then the other thing is the teaching. You actually have to teach it to the point where they're doing it right on the court. So he's teaching it well as well. And that's how you have an 11-point lead going to your umpteenth national championship.
Scores. 12:38 to play. Second half. Reed on a handoff for Ball. Lines it up. And it goes down.
That's so ass if you're Illinois. So ass.
And it goes
I mean, that sucks.
Solo Ball. Hits from long range.
You're working hard trying to come back in the game, and that shit happens.
Mirkovic back for Wagler. We approach 4 minutes.
By the
to
way,
go. That's really
Wagler.
deep. Wagler.
Wagler's a beast. That kid is really, really good.
Back for Wagler.
Really
We
good.
approach 4 minutes to go. Oh, that's really deep. Wagler misses it from the outside. Ivasic saves it,
He's a very complete guard.
but it's Caravan up ahead. Ball has got the angle.
And look, let me see. There's something about this play. I remember this play.
Ivasic saves it, but it's Caravan up ahead. Ball has got the angle.
That's tough. It's a tough scene for Illinois.
Wagler misses it from the outside. Ivasic
You save it,
saves
bad bounce,
it, but it's Caravan up
and it feels like UConn was getting all the bounces.
ahead. Ball has got the angle.
That, of course, wasn't a bounce, but it was a proverbial bounce because, he ended up throwing it back, and it just he was blind saving the ball, and it went to the other team, and then you were undermanned on the fast break. Sucks.
Big finish. Solo Ball. Terrace Reed will go to the free throw line.
Son of NBA legend Peja
For a
Stojakovic.
1-and-1. Show time
Stojakovic.
for Solo Ball.
Oh Lord.
Stojakovic draws the big. Now switch back. Humrickhouse lets it fly.
Got it. Got it.
It's a big shot.
Got that. Stepping up.
It's a big shot with 3 minutes left.
Shot clock is down to 7. UConn up by 4. Demery. Mullins.
And bro, when you have this is what I'm talking about with the high-low.
That. Stepping up.
Shot clock is down to 7.
Or we call this, in the on the playground and stuff, you call this playing sides. Okay? So
UConn up by 4.
back when I was a kid, if we were playing pickup in Northern Virginia, we'd call this playing sides. On the off-ball screen, you play sides. You don't let this guy chase a shooter over the top, right? I'm thinking of one of my buddies when I was a kid. He could shoot the lights out too. And so, you had to play sides. This guy gets the guy that goes up, and this guy gets the guy that goes down. Simple. This is the big guy, so let him play in the post. Have this guy jump over the top, and whatever comes up, you know what I mean? If this guy ends up back cutting, you take that, and if he goes to the top, you take that, and then you can re-switch. I mean, but if you just have to chase somebody over this off-ball screen, you're going to get killed.
Shot clock is down to 7. UConn up by 4.
Right here. And when this guy, right, he's got to be aware. He can't be ball watching. You got to be aware of your man first. That's why I always teach. Always. I teach. Some coaches teach butt to the baseline. Have your back to the baseline, not the sideline. You see awful coaching on here? He comes from that school of thought. I don't believe in that. I believe you guard your man. You should be eyes on your man, seeing the ball out of your periphery. What I teach is you point at the ball, you point at your man, and you make sure your feet are following your hands. Now, whichever way you're facing, that's where you're facing, right? And you should be watching your man. Now, if my man sets an off-ball screen, I'm going to be the first one to know that. I'll be like, yo, sides, right? Or I'll just jump over the top or something. And that's got to be something that's communicated by the coaching staff, how you play the off-ball screen and what coverage you're going to use. That's going to be dictated by the coaching staff. But when you have butt to the baseline, and that results in ball watching to me. And if you're talking, a lot of guys will be like, hey, well, what about help side? If you're not butt to the baseline, you're going to get hurt in help side. You should be able to jam and recover. And if you're far enough away from the ball, that's where the help is coming from the weak side. So that the pass has to be longer and we can recover. That's the philosophy and school of thought I've always come from. And I've never, I've seen other guys who say, more so, it's more of like, butt to the baseline, you force middle. We jam, we take away the middle first, we pack the paint, and then we close out on our guy afterwards. But in this era, I don't know if that's going to work. And also, I don't know if that works. And also, that's just, you are, to me, I've only become familiar with that philosophy more recently, those kinds of philosophies where you're not focused on your man first, and to me, that signals weak man-to-man defenders. That means that you're coming from a program that recruits man-to-man defenders that are weak, or they'll live with it. You'll recruit offense over defense. Or if you're coming from like a community, like a high school or whatever, that means your talent. You're not producing good defenders, man. At that grassroots level, you're not producing good defenders. You're not focused on defense. You're focused on shooting, all the flashy stuff, handles, da. No. Where I'm from, we play defense. You know what I'm saying? We play defense, bro. It's a dogfight. We play defense first. You're not going to beat me in a straight line, man-to-man. I don't need my team to pack the middle. We don't need that shit. That's for weak-ass pussies who can't play defense. We guard. In this neck of the woods where I'm from, Nova, son, we guard, bro. I'm going to strap you. You're not going anywhere. You're not going to get by me like that to where I need people packing the paint. Yo, you guard your man, bro. I got mine. Don't even help. That's my mindset, and that's the mindset I want my players to have. It's not that common. But look at this, 4-point lead, and Braylon Mullen ices the game with less than a minute left.
Demery. Mullins. Nails it. On target. How about that early dagger? Braylon.
And I'm not going to give Northern Virginia all that credit. I'm going to say where I'm from specifically, Herndon, Reston, Oak Hill, that area, we play defense.
Mullins. The man of the moment once again. Braylon Mullins. First points of the second half. UConn leads by 7. They need it. They got it. Wagler.
How about these freshmen, Rams?
Come right back. Wagler, yeah, huge play.
Down to 3 seconds left. The step in, the takeaway, and it's over.
Shout out to UConn. Congratulations. I'm excited for this matchup in the national championship. It's going to be UConn versus Michigan, who has had a dominant season. Michigan is heavily favored, actually, I believe. But you should never count Hurley out from what I've seen. And UConn is a storied program for a reason. And they make runs in March. And it matters how you're playing in March, not how you're playing in December, how you're playing in September. The regular season, if you're a team that's going to make the tournament, the regular season is basically a preseason. You're getting things together. You're working on improving and positioning yourself well for the postseason. So excited to watch that. But yeah, man, peace and love. Like, comment, subscribe, all right?